Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2. So, in this part we will be going to war with the South German Federation. I have done a couple of short little test runs to see how this all works out. Let's go ahead and start my timer, and let's go ahead and start the game. We don't have that long to wait for the CB that we are currently justifying on the South Germans to be over. And we are still in the process of trying to build some more troops. And that one I can't do anything about. So we're just gonna have to live with that. Unless we get really lucky and we can declare the war before they get to 100, but I don't think that'll be the case. No, I don't really want to lose the prestige, so I don't really care about Dynam when it comes to their opinion of me, so we'll just do that. Okay, now, what can I take from you? So since Bayern is your capital region, I cannot take that. I can, however, take Württemberg, which is decent, actually. So we'll go ahead and take Württemberg off of you. We will call in our allies. The only one that will not accept is the person that they just removed from our sphere of influence. What was that about Austrian-British relations? I don't think we really have a good... Apparently we actually do have a decent relationship with the British. I did not know that. I kind of thought that our relationship was pretty crap, to be honest. But it's actually apparently pretty good. Now, I am going to want to get this war over with as quickly as possible, which is why I called in my spherelings. They're not really necessary, for being honest, but the way this has gone for me in my test games is that the Ottomans have typically declared war on me, and they've called in Russia. So, like I said, I kind of need to get this war to end quickly. Actually, that sort of reminds me, let's go ahead and take this opportunity to build forts. They're not going to be built in time, but I can still try and build some. Admittedly, they're going to be pretty crappy forts because I have not bothered researching that tree at all. The best forts I can build are crappy level 1 forts, but hey, you know what? At least we'll have something. see, is anybody else fighting any wars right now out of curiosity? Nope. Oh, I forgot about you. Go join them. Let's get you back on our side. Go help our Spanish allies. Technically, I don't need to get to 100% to end this war. I just need them to decide they're not going to win it. Obviously, 100% is the easiest way to get there, but it's not technically necessary. Go help our Saxon allies. Because, for example, destroying their entire military should result in that, but so far, no. There we go. Now they're offering me peace. Interestingly, they're offering me a white peace. I have literally no reason to ever accept that. Let's go ahead and get better artillery researched. What rebels are these? Anarcho-liberals, apparently. Okay. Go help our Spanish allies to secure that. There we go. Now they realize they can't win this, so we shall take Württemberg off their hands. Thank you very much. Go help with that. I mean, that shouldn't have been a loss, but okay, whatever game. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Now, I really should probably move these troops to go and sit along my Russian border. I'm actually not going to do that. We're going to try and keep them double stacked. Not on top of each other like I probably should at this point. I'm sure we have the influence to be able to do that. And of course, because some of these guys walked into our territory, they have lost their being basically black flagged, to use EU terms. No Danish ones. Those are a pain to get down here. No, damn it, game. No Danish ones. Now, if I'm lucky, none of these... Oh, damn it, you did actually lose some people. I was gonna say, if I'm lucky, none of these guys actually lost any troops, but that is evidently not the case. Some of them have indeed lost brigades. So I shall now have to deal with that. You will be kicked off of the world stage. You lost some infantry. What did you lose? You lost some artillery. Nope. I'm still gonna have to watch this. Because these guys are going to try and go to the nearest rally point. Seriously? That's very annoying. see. So Scandinavia will be taking the place of the South Germans, which means I do need Scandinavia to manage to actually, hold that position for any extended period of time. They sadly will struggle with that. Get the hell out of Lithuania, Russia. Okay, just gotta watch over here and over here. And Lithuania is calling me into a war with Prussia. Yes, that is the other way this has typically played out. Now, because I'm not actively in another war, I should be able to do this, but the issue is the Ottomans and Russia deciding to get involved afterwards. And I don't have any claims on Prussia. Now, if I was Russia, I would probably hop on Prussia. Try and take West Prussia off of their hands while I'm busy fighting the war with Prussia. But that's just me. That's sadly not the way the AI necessarily thinks. We'll join because we sort of have to protect our allies. We will, of course, call in all of our allies, particularly the ones that will accept. Did I get you? No, I did not. Admittedly, many of them are minors and will not be super helpful. Kind of wish I had a button that I could just press to call in all allies. But that's sadly not an option. I mean, that's most of them, particularly the bigger ones, so we'll live, I guess. Where am I sending you guys? I'm sending you there. Let's have a slight change of plans. Go there. You guys... group there. Now, this kind of mess with me because I'm kind of busy needing to go and watch other stuff. So we're just gonna probably try and end the war with Prussia quickly. We probably won't try to take anything because we don't exactly have the resources to spare, especially if I am worried about the potential war with Russia. And they're gonna try and humiliate me. Or, well, the UK is at least. Did not realize that that got sieged. Go ahead and take Berlin. You go there and then head there. You back them up and then you go back to where you were. Wonderful. The main thing is, yes, dealing with the inevitable British landing over here. Because that was always bound to happen. Apparently I still need help over there with those guys. Spain has literally no reason to fear that I'm coming. Now the British are going to be a bit of a pain to actually get to end the war. Did not actually mean to send it, I meant to go and just look. So, whoops. Like I said, the British will be a pain to end the war with because I can't land there. The best I can do is attempt to... So I could get the Russian, or the Prussians rather, to peace out. Lubeck wants out. Sure, Lubeck. You can leave now. Ah, there we go. Now they will accept peace. Which... Let's see, I'm negotiating on behalf of my entire alliance. They're negotiating on behalf of their entire alliance. Yep, I will take the white peace because I do not currently have the means of dealing with a actual long, drawn-out war. Because, as noted, I am busy needing to deal with other issues. Why are you still on here, South Germany? You're supposed to have been kicked off. Nope, you go there. Ah, damn it, no. You, damn it. Let me select the guy. Thank you. Okay, I didn't accidentally, you know, give the new guys that I built a extra infantry or anything, right? No, doesn't look like it? Okay. What's with the Ulm artillery? Oh, wait. There's Ulm. I was remembering incorrectly where that territory was, apparently. You need an infantry, so let's get you a guardsman. we'll try and get those guys all where they're supposed to be. Dutch reactionaries. The Dutch should be able to deal with that. You're gonna go there. And the US wants an alliance. This is, I believe, the second time they've offered us an alliance, and again, I don't think it's particularly useful. I mean, if I end up in a war with the British, sure, they can occupy British Canada. If I end up with a war with Russia, they can occupy Alaska. But that's about it. I don't see them landing over here in Siberia. If I'm being completely honest, I just don't see it happening. So it's just, it's really not a very useful alliance. Now, an alliance with Japan, while not as useful as I would like, they are more likely to be able to help me against Russia. At the very least by distracting some of their forces by invading Siberia and just this region, the whole of eastern Russia. So actually, you know what? Yes, maybe we will look into an alliance with Japan. It is admittedly a weird alliance, in my opinion, but I think it might actually be in our best interest. At the end of the day. Because we do have a potential common enemy in Russia. Wonderful. Let's go and get better railroads. Organize a crackdown. Now, the reality is I could go to war with France. But France is a shit ton of allies, so I would never want to declare the war on France directly. If I want a war with France, it's actually better for me if it's indirect, such as I declare war on the Papal States, and then I use that to add a war goal on France. That's probably the way I would do it. Did you? Yes, you finally got knocked down to secondary power status. Wonderful. Let's improve your relation with me so I can hopefully sphere you relatively quickly. And Africa's been pretty much entirely colonized. Okay, you also need an infantry, so you will also get a guardsman. Long live Austria. Now, what is leading to you having such a high military score? 291 from soldiers, which is pretty high, to be honest. Yes, we need a much larger military if we want to go to war with the Russians. Ooh. Well, Prussia will be able to put those guys down. So since we're not the only German great power, how would that work in this case? Because Germany's also a great, or Prussia's also a great power. So if those German pan-nationalists were to win, would it result in Prussia forming Germany? Or would it still ask me because I am not the country being occupied? by the pan-nationalists. I don't really know how that would work in this case. But it's irrelevant because Prussia can deal with it. Actually, not unless they could get... Okay, there we go. They got military access through Hanover. I was about to say, unless they can get access through Hanover, actually they really can't. You have too many great power allies. That's actually very annoying. I could lower taxes. It's probably not a terrible idea, actually. We're bringing quite a bit of money. We'll lower them 10% across the board. Now Prussia's just about to give me a CB on them, since they're gonna take over Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, or however the hell it's pronounced. I don't really want Garibaldi's red shirts to win. Can I get military access through you? In theory, yes. Will I get it before those guys manage to occupy that? No. No, damn it, no Danish. It's a pain to try and get the Danish troops down here, so we're not going to build any Danish troops. Who's number one on prestige out of curiosity? France. And they're a decent ways ahead of me. And the UK is a pretty decent ways ahead of me for industry. But if I managed to overtake them, it wouldn't take long to get past France. Now, do I want to go... I will actually, know it, build a bit of a larger navy. Why not? What's yours? 41111. That is actually tiny as shit, I'll be honest. But oh well, whatever. We'll deal with it. Actually, you know what? No. Cancel all that. Just start from scratch. We'll double everything up. Our navy is going to be very much out of date compared to those of our enemies. So the Russians plan to go to war with the Chinese soon, which... I mean, in theory, China's capable of putting up a fight. But I would think their military is pretty... yeah. They have no military tactics. They are still uncivilized. It's almost 1880. So that's not going to end particularly well for them, that I can guarantee you right now. Yeah, and yes, because I currently have a war goal with them, I can't, or I have a truce with Prussia, I can't go to war with them to get you. Which is fine, I need to lose some infamy, so... we'll take advantage of our infamy being forced to go down to... while we wait, and we'll go to war with Prussia and take some land off of them as well, using the CB for hegemony to get this. That should do it quite nicely. And South Germans are going to become a great power again because Scandinavia failed to build up enough to stay in the lead, which is a bit of an annoyance. There's my timer that just went off. Medina wants to be able to walk through my territory. Why? You were at war with Portugal. No. You were at war with Portugal because France went to war with Portugal. Why is France at war with Portugal? Take Portuguese Gambia. Down here in Africa, okay. Is anybody else actually trying to get Spain right now? No. Well, actually, that's not true. Russia is. Don't know why Russia's trying to get Spain, but apparently they are. I'll let this part go a little long. There goes the US again, wanting an alliance. Are you really that desperate for an alliance with me, America, or what? Because you're not useful. You really aren't. You gotta understand that. Unless you actually plan to send troops across the Atlantic Ocean to help me in Europe, you are a worthless ally. Because I don't really need your help against the British. Unless you plan to send your ships across to help. Then okay, sure, I'll take your help. But the British are a little too far spread out to be able to really concentrate in Europe for me. So no. Maybe try again at a later date. If you manage to find a way to be useful. Okay, let's quickly build up all of our stuff here. Go, that is all of our territory. Well, most of it, there we go, that's all of our territory. Could go and build up Egypt, but I will live building up Egypt and our African territories to the investors because I don't care enough for it. Also, when did Spain get the get Crete again? It was a while ago, I think. I kind of forgot about it. I don't want to get military statistics. Or more research points. Let's get the military statistics for the extra organization. That'll help us out. Again, I'm going to let this part go a little long, so... since I have the time. Is it really just taking that long to get our army built? Yes it is. It really is. It looks like it's the artillery we're having issues with. What are we having issues getting for the artillery, though? And Brazil wants an alliance. Brazil, you're even more worthless than America for an ally. Can I get over there? No, I can't. Why? I assume it's... No, I have military access through you, and you, and you, and you. Don't have military access through you. I need you to go and put that down. Thank you. I cannot have pan-nationalists popping up right now. With, well, one German great power. The other one should eventually pop up. It's just waiting for Scandinavia to lose their place. And I mean, there's no reason Scandinavia can't manage to turn it around. I believe it's a year once you lose great power status before you get knocked down, but I don't actually recall off the top of my head. But I do believe there is a time period, so you have time to build up your army or industry or whatever to manage to keep your position. Persia, you're not useful either, and that's just asking for a war with Russia. Or the Ottomans, which, I mean, I'm already sort of asking for a war with the Ottomans. If we're being realistic here. They really don't like me. Now, I mean, technically... Once this, the battle lines have been drawn, the fate of the nation therefore rests, gentlemen, firmly in our hands. We must either strive upwards to claim our rightful place in the sun among the nations of the world, or descend downwards into corruption, despotism, and backwardness. Gentlemen's Club has opened in one of our provinces, dedicated to furthering the interest of its members, charitable causes in the nation in general. The Gentlemen's Club is set to become a pillar of local society for years to come. Excellent initiative, sure. Now, Russia doesn't have a whole lot of troops on my border right now. I could technically fight a war with them right now and manage to maybe push enough to force a peace. Curiosity, what does my thing end with you? 1884. 4 more years before I can go to war with Prussia again. It's a decent amount of time. Wow. Was, damn it, game? There we go. Thank you. Some minor things there. I could go to war with you. I would need to decrease your opinion of me, but I could easily go to war with Ethiopia and basically just annex them, I think. No, they technically own 4 regions. So I would need to go to war with them once, and I believe it's 3 regions is the max to be able to establish protectorate. But I need to get my infamy down, because Europe's more important to me. I'm honestly somewhat surprised Ethiopia is still alive. I mean, you've got the Ottomans to their south, who have colonized quite a bit of Africa. You got me to their north. The Ottomans really should have already invaded Ethiopia long ago. They have no reason not to. Plus, they're allied with Russia, so people are unlikely to declare war on them. For the most part, at least. There we go. The South Germans have managed to regain their position on the Great Powers list, which is annoying. Means I need to go to war with them one more time and take more of their shit. What can I take off Prussia? Nordheim would really hurt them, so probably take that. Okay, and apparently now Russia and France have decided to swap. France is trying to take Spain, and Russia is trying to take 2 Sicilies. Neither of which makes any sense whatsoever. I don't care that much for Spain, though, so I'll let them take it if they really want to. Let's try and get these guys. Are you guys led by communists? No, socialists. Okay. Interesting. Okay, now let's go and get the more research points. Also, I kind of completely forgot about these guys. And I've been paying attention to generally more important things. So let's see, Egypt, are you maybe ready to become a actual state, potentially? Let's get you some bureaucrats there. We haven't really had any movement to Lower Egypt, so that's unlikely to work out. Libyan desert, nope. No real immigration to there. So, okay, we'll just have to leave those as is. Also, for some reason, the Ottomans have not tried to take Werder, which is weird, because they really should be. But okay, let's go back to getting clergymen, areas where they are likely to be beneficial. Oldenburg, you have no wherever you are, you have no reason to fear me. I have no idea where the hell Oldenburg is. There's way too many freaking countries here. Oh, there they are. I could have sworn I looked at that one, but I swear it did not say Oldenburg. Shouldn't be too hard to overtake the British militarily. And we've been banned from Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. No, America, damn it, quit asking. You are way too clingy. You asked I don't know how many times now, and I've said no. And you still ask every single time. At some point you have to realize I do not want to be your friend. No, damn it, also I'm accidentally looking at irregulars. I definitely don't want any irregulars. Keep building up our military. Now our investors seem, or our capitalists seem to be doing a pretty good job of building factories, and I guess upgrading as well, I imagine. Nope, sorry, no beer halls. I'm sorry, what is it about the Zulus? They fear the UK. Well, I mean, they probably should. Also, the fact they haven't been taken over by now is somewhat surprising. I've played as the Zulu. The British tend to declare war on you pretty quickly if you're not allied with a European power. Particularly them. Looks like the South Germans are gonna get Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, which means hegemony war on them, I guess, rather than Prussia. I can still live with that. I'll just take more land off of you instead. Or annex you, actually. I may be able to annex you. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll either take more land off of you or annex you. Preferably I'll annex, though. Given the option. Also, let's build up Scandinavia. Get them some more railroads. That gives me industry as well, anyway. And maybe it'll help them become a great power again. Because I don't think they're too far behind the... I mean, it's not a ton. They're, I'll admit, somewhat unlikely to manage to do it, but technically they could. Also, Persia, while I don't plan to be allies with you, I'll build you some railroads, because you do have stuff that is potentially useful to me. Actually, no, you don't. Oh, well, I'll still build it anyway. You have a bunch of cotton. For some reason, I could have sworn you made dyes, but apparently you don't. Probably because I've traditionally made you I've probably traditionally built dye factories in your coal-producing regions. Which, you only have the one. I swear you had... Oh, there you go. You got 2, 3. But those are both in the same region. Whatever. I've typically built synthetic dye factories in their territories. Japan wants an alliance, and I kind of forgot about trying to improve relations with them. Japan, you are a potentially useful ally. I would have preferred if you invaded Korea before you became a great power, or even before you became civilized, rather. But oh well, I can't do anything about that. Interestingly, Japan would accept if I go to war with Prussia, which is weird, because I just don't know. Wait, now hold on a second here, game. The South Germans have overtaken Prussia, which is actually kind of funny. Because Prussia's prestige is down in the gutters, that's why. Also, I don't know how much longer I've had this part go past the timer ending, so we're going to go ahead and end it here now. You guys managed to get a longer part. So that'll be it for this part. Next part, we will be going to war with either the South Germans or the Prussians, but either way, we just need to, you know, if I could... Okay, so this, again, I need 2 Sicilies or the Ottomans to build up, like a ton. Because I need both Prussia and South Germans off the board. If I go to war with South Germans, that will knock them off the board. If I go to war with Prussia, that'll also knock them off the board. Both of them need to be knocked off the board by a decent amount. Now, Prussia would be pretty easy. If I take Norderrhein off of them, that's 108 industry points that they will lose, and that I will be able to take advantage of. So that'll also kick my industry up quite a bit. And that should knock them pretty far down the board. The South Germans, they own 4 regions, so I can't actually annex them. They technically own the parts of the German Rhineland. So I can take Baden off their hand, which is 66 industry points, which should also knock them down a decent amount. Not as much as I would like, but... I mean, Let's do some quick math here. So, Scandinavia is the next closest to become a great power, and they have 412 points. So that would knock South Germany below, or the South German Federation below Scandinavia. Two Sicilies, however, is pretty far behind. But Prussia being knocked down 100 and, what was it, 180 points or something like that? No, 108. I don't know where the hell I was getting 180. So that knocked them down to 355, which would still put them above two Sicilies. I need to build up two Sicilies. This is actually a case where somehow I might have preferred Italy being formed. So let's take a quick look. What do you have? Oh yes, you have Bupkis. I forgot. I'm not actually going to build anything this part, but I am curious to look. Yeah, they don't really have anything that I can use, which is the issue. Yeah. So the Ottomans are then the best bet, and I can't build up the Ottomans in the slightest, so... I may just be forced to annex one of these guys. I'll be honest. Obviously, the only one I can really annex anytime soon would be the South Germans. And that requires my infamy to go way down, which is a good thing. We still have 2 years on our truce with the South Germans and then another year on Prussia. So, yeah. Sadly, it's kind of looking like we're only... I don't know if we'll be able to do this before the turn of the century, which is a shame. I was kind of hoping to do that. But, hey, I'm not that great at Victoria, so maybe if I redo this Let's Play in the future, we'll have better luck, because I'll have a better grasp on the mechanics more so. But yeah, so nonetheless, that'll be it for this part. I will see you all next time. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share. But until next time, goodbye and farewell.